Throw Gang, we were joined by noted Yankee fan Lauren Schlossman and myself. My jeans pink, my booty hole banker stripe, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly Running the Boys with today's full episode only available on
Patreon.com/throwingfits. So you're saying you have skid marks if it's
but
striped.
but in black and white. Or blue and white. In blue and white.
Okay.
And like striations.
I think you might need to see a doctor about that.
Yeah. No, I don't have skid marks. I got a bidet. If anything, you're the one with the skid marks.
Oh, dude, I am all up in that shit. I'm a great wiper.
You should have a bidet. You do have a bidet. You just haven't installed it.
No. We tried to, couldn't figure it out, and then couldn't return it, but got refunded because you can't return a bidet.
Dude,
we talked about this. It was not total.
Did you try wearing your double knee pants while installing it?
What's like the
Tushy?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's the anal sex porn.
No, isn't that the one the
Tushy?
the millennial bidet DTC brand?
Makes your asshole millennial pink.
Yeah. Honestly, that'd be ideal.
I know. All right, before we get into entering the 0.01% of the fitness world, negotiating contracts on edibles, and getting roasted by your dad, it is time for some big housekeeping news. Lawrence, are you excited for this?
Bigger, longer, uncut. The Throwing Fits and Friends Bazaar.
Unlike Bradley Cooper.
Wait,
his new movie.
Throwing Fits.
Oh my God, dude.
Friends and Family Bazaar.
Save the date.
This
September
is why I told you to do it.
16th, New York City. The Throwing Fits Friends and Family Bazaar, bankrolled by Cash App.
Woo!
We are
Cha-ching!
back, bigger and better, more sellers. On about you, I'm purging my closet.
Oh, I'm going crazy.
I got like four. I haven't even done it like in earnest. I have like 4 giant plastic bins of like shit that I want to get rid of.
Oh,
Price to move.
So in my building, this is actually funny because I should have told this story. In my building, there is a storage lockers, these smaller units in the downstairs by the laundry room. And you're supposed to rent them. There was an open one, and Jen and I just fucking ganked it, dude. And it is filled.
And threw a lock on it.
Absolutely, dude. And that shit is stuffed to the motherfucking brim, dude, with all this shit that is going to be. If you came last year, Larry, man of the people, priced to move expeditiously.
Yeah, I was basically just like,
what do you want to pay? Done.
That was my move. What do you want to pay me? $10? Go. All the Ame Leon Door that Lawrence has posted on his story will be for sale for cheap.
Nope.
Come get his fisherman sandals.
Nope.
Whatever happened to that fit pick, by the way? Fisherman sandals with the Patty Mayo socks.
Yeah.
Were you successfully bullied out of doing that?
No. I had
sometimes bullying is good. Like, for example, when you are forced to not post that fit pick.
No, I have the whole fit planned. In my mind,
the first day of school?
Fucking Rain Man, exactly. Featuring the Turnbull and Asser shirts that I complained about. One of them.
Just a Voltron of ass, bro.
Well, right now, it's just certain stuff.
Mega BBL.
I'm behind on some SpawnCon that needs to drop. We're gonna get into it. Yeah, I might have missed the window for the plan. I guess it's still hot out. I was gonna I got a whole thing planned.
Wow, can't wait. But you can't wait for September 16th. STD, save the date, Throwing Fits, Friends and Family Bazaar, bankrolled by Cash App. The boys are back.
And the boys are taking Manhattan again.
The friends and family are back.
Yeah, baby.
This is an event to remember.
More space.
September to remember.
More space, more food, more Johns, more sellers, more drinks,
well,
more good times
a lot of
to be had by all.
Asterisk, everything TBD. All right, let's get into a fit check.
That was all the housekeeping we need to do.
Yeah, it's just save the date, September 16th. That's it.
Bankrolled by Cash App. Why don't you start us off?
All right, upstairs, I was wearing 4S Sabado leather slippers that every time we hang out with Angelo, you're like 5 for 5 of being like, yo, yeah, Gallagher bought those, but they hurt his feet, so he had to return them.
No, I don't think it was that they even hurt his feet. That they were poorly constructed.
Oh, mine are great, and I've been wearing them more and more over the summer. Honestly, more of a fall shoe.
Yeah, he might have, and you've said that about mules, like wearing them with
fisherman
socks.
sandals.
Yeah, but these are not fisherman sandals.
I said that about fisherman sandals. These are a mule with a very intricate debossing. What is it when it's raised up? Is that emboss or deboss?
I think it's debossed.
Deboss on the dogs. So the 4S.
And you're talking to debosses.
Okay. The 4S leather mules.
Your fisherman sandals are mules. That's why I got my wires crossed.
But I do think that fisherman sandals are more of a fall shoe than a summer shoe.
So you're saying I could drop the Gabe Mozart fit pick to end all Gabe Mozart fit picks in fall?
Yeah, but then your Patty Mayo socks would be hidden by pants, I would assume.
Oh, no. There are shorts in this fit so that you can see the cheerleader socks.
Can't wait. Got the Nike Drifties. Then the Coochie Pink Our Legace. Oh, my God. Our Legacy Fall Winter. 23 drop 1 happened 2 Fridays ago.
Yep.
You know, I was up on that bitch at 5 in the morning sharp.
The reels got to you.
The what?
The reels made their way to your For You page.
Yeah, for sure. I got that piece too. Like that was like the main thing I wanted. And then
I was gonna ask about that. That's OL. Damn.
Yeah, I was sitting on these pink joints going back and forth with Gallagher. Yep, there you go.
Why I'm showing off your stuff.
Yeah.
Or did I just ruin a surprise for later?
There's no surprise. I don't understand why you're just doing that.
Well, we're referencing a thing that's off screen.
Gallagher and I were going back and forth, and I was like, I'm sitting on the pink joints, and then went back later that day, 40-40 Club, pulled the trigger. These are my first Digi denims from OL.
Yeah.
And they're not as pink as I thought. They're more like a rust.
Yeah, they're
like an oxidizing rust.
They're dusty for sure. I
like,
love them.
They're not coochie pink. They're like
they're doing Digi.
Like cougar coochie pink.
What are the other colors?
I think they got just like the standard kind of like gray black, grayscale. Yeah, that you have.
The blue ones.
I think that might be it for this drop 1, but they drop like every other few weeks, every other Friday, I believe.
See, because these have, I feel like, less digital distressing.
Yeah, they don't have the fake rips.
And the fake fades.
Well, these are the fake fades.
Okay, just no fake rips.
Not fake rips. But yeah, the coochie pink. You know, I'm on my Barbie shit. Bitch, I'm a Barbie. Oh, and then the shirt is this brand that everyone discovered at Copenhagen Fashion Week last week called Sunflower.
Yeah, it's crazy too because like I feel like people also discover this brand like MF Pen. It's like, damn, I wonder if MF Pen has ever collaborated with like super cool, maybe like honestly the only podcast that just matters.
Yeah,
was part of a huge suite of collaborations with like one of the biggest men's retailers in the world.
Sunflower though is fire.
Crazy.
I have their puffer, the big black puffer, which I need to get a new one because I've had this shit for like 5 years and like all the feathers
What
are.
about your random identities joint? Shout out fucking Stefano Pilate.
Yeah, that too. But the my throat is all fucked up. The Sunflower big crop puffer.
You sound like you've been blasting fucking dart skis. You smoking Capris this weekend?
No,
Upstate?
no Capris. Just blasting stripes. But what was I talking about? Oh, Sunflower. Yeah, brand you've probably never heard of until it was surfaced this past week from Copenhagen Fashion Week. Was there like some like fashion psyop with Copenhagen Fashion Week of like?
We ran that meme because it is like, I don't get it. Like, shout out Copenhagen. We fucking
Dude,
we love our Scandi homies.
I have a perpetual drug stew bag.
Mm-hmm.
I think I mentioned this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I told Jason them jeans. I was like, yo, go add whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
When I was there with Dick Sucking Ron and DJ White Privilege, we had too much hash left over, and we just like wrapped it in a plastic bag and stuffed behind a storm pipe.
Yeah.
And anytime a homie's in Copenhagen, I'm like, yo, if you want some, like we have the pin. And a friend went there like a year later, and he's like, it's still good. And then other people slowly started adding like pills and like other shit to it. So it's this like perpetual stew of drugs in Copenhagen. If anyone wants the coordinates, hit me up. Like I'll send you the fucking Google map.
Didn't someone in the cord like get them from you and like actually pull it out?
Maybe.
Or am I bugging? Because I feel like you've definitely talked about this before because it's incredible that there is this. See, that's socialism, bro.
Yeah.
That is fucking European socialism at its finest.
You get on your bike. You get on your bike. You take the bike lane there.
Well, first you smell the seat.
Right.
Then you get on the bike.
Sure. It is a plastic bag, so that's very un-Scandinavia. But yeah, I knew about Copenhagen before it was cool, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like obviously like I would have loved to also been like paid and flown out like a fucking thought like some of our friends. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really like. It's not like MF Pen had a fashion show. It's like come to the showroom or whatever.
Yeah.
And obviously, the more good taste in the world, the better. So shout out fucking MF Pen. Shout out Sunflower. Like everything else, you heard it here first. We don't need to fucking say it till we're blue in the face. But I don't think those brands had shows.
Sunflower did.
Oh, they did? Sick.
Sunflower,
they have women's?
I think it's like unisex.
That's European socialism.
The wife pleaser of Danish brands.
Yeah.
But I actually heard it through Trebien and Simon Hogman, which again goes to show that like trusting the buyers, following the buyers, and like following like the new brands on good stores, like that's still one of the best ways to learn about and discover new brands.
Yeah, follow your nose if you want the hash stash, and follow the buyers if you want to figure out who's up next.
Yeah, shout out Sunflower. HelloSunflower.com. Rings are maiden name and some old rich white bitch from Aspen. Sunnies were Buttagavenana. Boxers are Hanes, and sipping on Greenpoint's finest. Regine Ward to clear my throat. Lawrence, what are you wearing?
I came stomping through in the hip Parabute Michaels. I love Parabute Michaels as much as the next guy. Is there a bigger delta when it comes to footwear between how good a shoe looks and how fucking uncomfortable the shoe is.
I don't. Maybe I'm just built different from you and Gallagher with your pussy feet. Like I don't.
Gallagher, by the way, has troll feet.
He does.
I have more like.
You have soft, like
no, they're like a little
gangrene-y.
Narrow.
They're like very fleshy.
No, I've since healed from my trench foot.
Okay,
but I do have
I can see you have very soft feet.
I think they're maybe bony. I have bony and thin extremities, gorgeous legs, beautiful arms,
long
slender
pins.
feet.
like an old Chinese woman. I have bony ass feet too, but I have high like ridges. But I disagree with you. I think that the Michaels'
James's feet like ruffles have ridges.
Ruffles. The Michaels, like you were wearing them. I was like, damn, what are those? They look good. I'm like, oh shit, they're the mismatched hip Parabute Michaels. Michaels always, I think, get like that guy know what he's doing.
Yeah, I think hip. That's and by the way, these are like the best. Besides the YMC Paraboots, first of all, you must create. Why didn't anyone ever let that brand be named that? Also, who knows where they are? Besides those,
and the EG ones.
Yes, these are some of the. Well, actually, the EG ones were they engineered the garment a little too much for my liking.
Okay,
adding those eyelets and shit, which I get, and when you mismatch. A lot of the shit that I've already mentioned, the Paraboots I like the YMCs and these are like mixed materials.
Yeah.
Mismatched that way. When EG does like, hey, look at your right shoe. Now your left shoe is a different shoe. It can be like a bit much.
But that's exactly what your hips are.
No, they're this. No. They're the same.
No, they're not.
You want to literally get them outside and we can like see on pod how it's.
Oh my god, bro! Trust me, they're not. I have them too.
Yeah, the mock toe on both are pony hair. And they're black leather, and the backs have a suede heel. So it's the same shoe.
All right.
Anyway.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, for me, maybe, right, you're built different. I have to take the Parabute Paws TM. After 2 hours, I need to unlace them and let the dogs breathe. I feel bad that, like, I'm right, but, like, I'm right.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't know if you are. But no, so that's crazy is that I don't need to do that. I actually think that Michaels are like one of the rare shoes that
are the right and the left shoe the same shoe, James?
No, they're not. They're not.
They are.
No, they're not. Yo, Oliver, weigh in.
You're gonna
our hitman.
The fact that you're looking at a picture and you're lying to the people.
Well, it's like low res. Like I can't fucking like. Okay, I'm not talking about these loafers. Oh my god. All right, let me monologue while Lawrence has to fucking make a point. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Watch out for the very expensive furniture. Shit, watch out. All right. All right. Hand up. I'm wrong.
I don't want to be that guy, but like you just.
Damn, are mine different?
No. I think.
Are mine one of ones? Because they're mixed material?
Like EG, your right brain and your left brain, bro, they are completely different, and you just do not realize that you're wearing the same shoe on both feet.
Word. All right, so you're wearing the hip Parabute Michaels, which are very comfortable, unless you got pussy feet.
I know, like, people always want to know about, like, the sizing of the Parabute, and, like, I don't know. I would say we both went down, you go down a half size. Buy a used pair, because it's like the fucking stolen valor. I need someone to break these in for me. I can't be doing it myself. That's my advice. Moving on up.
But you're also a guy that does, like... So this is just why it surprised me that Paraboots are so distressing to your dogs, because you're the guy that you're an evangelist for like raw dogging, Belgians,
Belgians
your
are
Gucci sleds, your Loewe ones, where it's like you normally go through the pain, to like for the beauty. Whereas I'm like, yo, comfort over everything. And to me, Michaels from Parabute are like legitimately a very comfortable hard bottom.
I think it's a divisive shoe in that regard, and I guess it's because everyone's feet are their own feet for a reason. It's high heels for men, for me. That's how I see it. Like, if I'm putting them on, I'm taking a breather at a function. Damn. I'm going to be in the bathroom. I'm going to be, fucking in the stall, head in hands, just unlaced, Daddy needs a break.
Oh, and your head is in your hands doing what? I just didn't know you're such
I'm like in pain. I'm like,
damn.
Okay.
I didn't know my coworker was such a bitch.
I mean, dude, bony feet, slender feet. Moving on up, on said slender feet, I'm wearing Palace CK1 socks. I have on vintage Levi's silver tabs that I got when we were last in Los Angeles at 194 vintage.
Yeah, they do the silver tabs.
Prayers up for everyone just battling that hurricane.
It's just raining, right?
Yeah.
Is it
literally
over?
Just
it's over.
I don't think that, like, do you think that any of these fucking, speaking of soft-ass bitch-made pussies, you think anyone, like, saw your little meme pack about them dealing with the rain and were, like, offended?
There's a moment where I was like,
has anyone died?
There's a moment where I was like, look, if there's, like, a mudslide and,
sure.
20 people die, like, we're going to take this meme down.
Well, you know what you're talking about? It's like Tony Stark's crib, like, falling off of a cliff. Like, no poor people are dying.
Well,
Who lives up there?
I think it's also hitting Mexico and inland California, which is where the poor people live.
I was just thinking of the hills.
That's where the hill people live, not like the Hollywood Hills. But yeah, LA's fucking sunny, and it's cooler there than it is here. It's hotter here.
Yeah.
It's perfect in LA. It's 63 degrees right now. It's 72 degrees in LA right now. That's perfect.
So literally, in terms of
fuck you, LA.
Los Angelinos just complaining about rain.
Yeah, and there's a earthquake and all these funny Los Angeles like, oh, it's a combination earthquake, hurricane.
Willie Stalley never misses, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be on X as long as he's on X. Yeah. It's that simple. I'll always have an account.
Well, Himanshu, I think, first posted that screenshot of that search, and then Willie maybe yanked it from, I don't know.
Ooh, interesting.
I don't know. It's, New York Times. I feel like they're ethical with the practices.
Yeah, but a white man stealing from a brown man wouldn't be the first time.
Hate to see it.
Moving on up, I have on a Metalwood Studios Western belt.
By the way, that meme did fucking numbies.
Yeah. Well,
relevance.
We're going to talk about the relevance of the meme page in a second, because it's almost like we can speak our flowers into existence by just complaining enough times. Eventually, your press hits. All right. I think I am the oldest white boy to ever wear Cortez, because I'm not 16. I have on a waffle tank top from Cortez. It
took a while,
from
right?
Lundun.
It took a while.
Bro, well, they say international orders, please allow like 5 to 15 days for just the fulfillment, just to send it out.
The waffle knit is nice. It's a nice touch on the wife pleaser.
I love it for that reason. I'm feeling spicy, right? That's
zesty?
why I got it. Spicy, not zesty. Spicy white, not zesty. Got the little Alcatraz.
Okay. The nipple.
Yo, let me read you. The tag is fucking fire, bro. This guy with the copy.
You love this brand.
This is the fucking tag, right?
Okay.
Gorillas.
Okay.
The blood of battle is thicker than the water of the womb.
Damn.
I mean, shit, dude.
Ready to go to war. Caesar is home.
Well, exactly, dude. Cortez rules the world for a reason. Yeah, 3-pack, super cheap. Took a while to fucking come from Lundun, but totally worth it.
The ting tucked down, man.
Now that, the pleaser discourse has reached fucking the lamestream media, I moved on to waffle. I'm feeling like Jamaican, bro.
Yeah. Larry, I the breakfast man.
Wagwan to my brothers. On top of that,
Pussy boy. Waffle boy.
Isn't it Butty boy?
No.
No?
Don't say that. Oh, you on your slur shit again?
Yo, my bad, bro. Honestly, first of all, one guy
here we
was
go.
really fucking pissed, and you sent me that, and I feel bad, so I'm sorry to you.
You got called a skinhead, but I think that was you talking about. I don't know if that was you being racist or just.
I was talking about me getting hazed, bro. I didn't purposely shave my head. Well, I have since shaved my head before, but. And then the worst is then a certain type of subhuman on subreddit being like, "Oh yeah, I love the racist podcast. Fuck this Asian
sickos.
Guy.
Yes, hell yes,
literally." Which is not. I got caught in a bad riff.
Yeah.
A
doom spiral.
Doom spiral of slurs. It happens. So my bad. Apologies to all the Asian listeners and my Asian work husband.
All right, keep going.
After doing the Jamaican accent.
Yeah.
I have on a
waffle boy.
I have on a Vinti Brionski button up.
It's scuffed on the sleeve here. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Is that
I think it's just from just wearing it. Now that I got tattoos and I'm rolling my sleeves up all the time to show off the I saw a great can I ask you about this, your opinion? I saw a really Janet sent this to me. I think it might be another podcast, but it's one of these things that's clipped out for reals. The guy's making the point that the worst number of tattoos to have is 3. And I literally have 3 tattoos.
It's pretty bad.
His joke was you look like a lamppost that someone defaced but lazily.
Got cleaned up, and then someone else came back.
Definitely more tattoos coming because the midlife crisis never ends, which we'll talk about in a bit. But I think that's just from when you roll him up. you're exposing elements of the shirt that normally would be like covered, and this probably got scuffed on the subway. It is what it is, bro.
I just said you don't really wash your shirts.
No, dude, this was a victim of my beef with my dry cleaner. I finally got everything back, bro. Nice. These are getting dry cleaned.
In the patriotic colorway.
Up top, I have on a...
You're a big Yankee fan, right?
Okay.
I just learned this. That's crazy.
So I would love for that. And I guess
you went from Boston Red Sox to Yankees just like because the Yankees are sucking dick?
So I understand that this is like... Well, first of all, shout out Joe at Chateau 7 for the free hats, and congrats on the delicious wine. This, to me... Let's not call it a Yankee hat because it's probably copyright infringement, and we don't want this independent wine brand to be sued into oblivion by the MLB.
Brian Cashman is watching this pod.
It's funny that I know, and like you literally, like you're like, bro, and you Googled the Yankee logo to show me as if I don't know the Yankee logo. To me, this is New York kind of merch.
You said this is
a Yankee hat.
I hate that we're in these fucking little spats because like they're so stupid, but you're like, this is not a Yankee logo. I'm like, dog.
The Y is a wine bottle.
No, it's a little flip. Like the N is and the Y like with the stem at the bottom. Like that is a Yankee logo. It's a flip on a Yankee logo. I think it's clever. I like the wine glass. Shout out Joe for mine as well. But like,
it's a Yankee hat.
I saw that on your spree of reposting people posting your fits. And I was like, he's like a fucking Red Sox fan, which is fine. I'm gonna be like, oh, you can't wear the Yankee shit, but you're like, yeah, I'm a Red Sox fan. I'm a fucking contrarian. Fuck the Yankees.
Well, I think the only Red Sox fan that might hate Boston more than any other city on the globe. But despite being a fake Red Sox fan, I'm also a noted Yankee hater. And what I would say is that, you know what, honestly...
So you're a fake Red Sox fan, fake Yankee fan.
I'm a fake baseball fan more than anything. And I will say, you know what, to all my Yankee fans out there, you know what? I tip my cap to you guys because I know who needs a drink right now, and it's y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah.
The Yankees fucking suck. And then I got the rollie on the wrist, wedding ring on the fingy, wifey on the pinky. I'm sipping my own hydro flask of Greenpoint's finest. And, let's do the show.
So... We talked about the Throwing Fits Friends Family Bazaar, bankrolled by Cash App on September 16th. We are, the paper, the ink is still wet. This was, and I know that it's going to be such a large production and a big deal because, like, this was a serious endeavor to get to this point and to make it happen, to get everything signed. We had to, our pit bull of a lawyer, we're going to say where he went, but he did abscond from his firm to somewhere else. Mm-hmm. And he kept being like, yo, don't worry, I got you. I'll put you in touch with my colleague. He's like, he can pick up the slack. He's cool. He's like been in the game for 50 years, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. We never needed a lawyer until like 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, yo, what's good with your colleague? He's like, dog, he's on vacation until like October. It's like, what the fuck? So we do manage to land another pit bull in a skirt. The EVE of the law game.
Yeah, the Throwing Fits fucking legal representation was really a use it or lose it. Like, we had a great lawyer. Shout out fucking Brandon. Congrats on, we can't say where you went, but honestly, where he went is very important to everyone listening to the show.
Yeah, it's a bit slimy.
Okay, well, free thugger. Bro, are you joking me? Anyway, shout out fucking Brandon. But all we did is just, like, go out and, like, get lunch and shit.
Yeah, we went to Bernie's and like got beers.
Of course he was redlining contracts, but we got a new lawyer who's fantastic, though I'm not sure you maybe made the best first impression.
Have you met her yet? Have you been on any calls yet?
We know each other.
Oh, that's right. Which I had to tell you. Because you're like, who? She and I were up because she, was doing this on the side. We were up like burning the midnight oil, and one night, like we were kind of close. She just kind of hitting me whenever because she's super busy. Popped a little fucking edible, courtesy of the homies at Rose, Los Angeles, who are congrats on nationwide shipping available now.
Damn. Maybe America did get something right finally.
They sent me.
Yeah. So what is
it? So I took a little edible, and then as soon as I'm like done swallowing, she's like, "Hey, want to chat in 20?" And I'm like, "Oh fuck!"
You're like, that's exactly when it's gonna hit. Wait,
what if the edible hits?
I know that you're an edible guy.
Pause. My munch.
You like Central C. You are GUYanese, dude.
Yeah.
He's a guy. What is the dosage and what kind of weed is it? Do you know?
So I don't know what type of weed necessarily. I mean, it's all written out on the boxes.
Wait, like
it's
sleepy or
no.
Turned up.
There's like high energy. There's sleepy ones. Which
indica.
Well, yeah, but it's like a whole blend of everything. There's like the deep sleep pack. There's the energy pack. Your indica couch.
So this is like weed for people that
Yeah,
don't do weed.
It's like very like LA shit. It's like you got the dusty millennial pink, you got the nice mustard yellow, you got like the very pale green packaging.
Is it tasty?
Really good. So that's things that are like, oh, like hibiscus lime, like lime leaf pineapple. I'm like, damn.
Dude, they're going mixology mode on the fucking weed skis.
It's too delicious. Also, what's great, and I appreciate this, is that the latest batch has a lot of 2 milligrammers, which I know, really small dosage, but for a not a big weed guy like you, are you still fucking sucking on that pen, Paul?
Nah, I was as a guy with no self-control, famously, I think people can fucking, surmise that about me, but, if you've been listening long enough, I would just eat such dog shit when I was high that on my fitness, really eating disorder journey, my weight loss journey, we'll say.
Your ED.
I just had to cut out weed. With that said, I'll go fucking couch mode on the weekends when it's time to watch 3 movies, and I'll have some weed. But it's like a pen.
Anyway, so I took a 2 milligram, which I know is nothing, and it's gonna just chill you out just a tiny bit. But I was like, oh fuck, because this was also the first time I'd cracked this package, this shipment from Rose. I was like, oh fuck, what if I'm high when the lawyer calls? And she's like a lawyer, so she speaks
Legalese.
fast, speaks legalese. I'm speaking GUYanese. She is very decisive. Like, okay, here's the deal. Da, 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 da. Yes, no. I'm like, I'm high. I think.
I'm baby.
I'm just the girl on the couch.
Wait,
but
so
no, obviously I wasn't fucking high, but I was just like, damn. Imagine if I just I'm like, yeah, you know what? More food.
Yeah, right. Like all the shit that you're focused on in the redlining session is just like all what a high person would want.
I know.
Or you're coming up with yo, what if we got 50 disco balls? And she's like, why? I'm the lawyer. I don't care about the creative.
Yo, can we get online ceramics merch?
Yeah, dude,
drugs are sick.
So if we got a bunch of hookahs, that would be cool. If there was what if there was a hookah? Can we put that in the contract? There has to be a hookah lounge.
Yo, can we sue GQ over a wife pleaser?
Stay focused. Wait, so because 2 milligram wouldn't do anything.
No, not at all. I mean, it felt nice. And again, shout out Rose. I'm really.
Can we get a hookah lounge?
I'm really enjoying these.
I love. We established this in a podcast 2 weeks from now. I love hookah.
Yeah,
were you surprised to hear
that? No, not at all. You love smoking shit.
I do.
Yeah, why am I surprised that you would suck on the tailpipe of a fucking Ford F-250 Raptor if you could?
Absolutely. This ain't what is it? F-150. It's a fucking Raptor.
It's a Raptor. It's a hookah.
Yeah, I love hookah.
Damn, that was a
anyway.
good pod. 2 weeks from now.
Wait, should we say who's next week? You want to spoil it or should we wait?
Big guest, Taishan Jones.
Boom.
2-time Sodi
Thrasher Skater of the Year. Shout out our boy Ife,
Yo.
who I think works at EE, right?
He works for Eric.
Ife, the fucking big boss.
Ife works so hard. So he's a fan of the show, and he works so hard to make this episode happen.
Yeah.
That I was I felt bad. I'm like, bro, I'm fucking pestering you literally for months, and he in turn is pestering Taishan Jones, the busiest man at the busiest skater in the world. I have to imagine,
who hates doing interviews and was like, yeah,
I'll do this. He's done 3 interviews.
Yeah.
Famously, he did.
And one is a stinker.
Oh, with Wapo. Oh my god.
Over Zoom, dude.
That was a struggle.
I mean, shout out Ife for sending it up.
We got him a fucking bottle of Don Julio because it was like, yo,
42.
I was like, I feel bad, dude. I owe you. Don't worry, there's a nice bottle of tequila in this for you. And then I was just out running an errand before, and was like, here's a bottle of 42.
You went fucking Donnie Darko mode because it's the absolute fucking least we could do. I think it's a cool convo with Taishan that he's never gonna have again and never had because he just doesn't. He's not that guy. So.
It was one of those yo, y'all white boys crazy type reactions. Yeah, he's a low energy guy, but he had his moments. I think he's a 25-year-old dude. So it's when we were talking about cards and fat asses, that's when he was most animated.
Yeah.
Which is you forget about that. It's yo, he's 25. He wants to talk about big butts.
Yeah. Or I don't know if he wanted to talk about them as much as he wanted to be privy to a conversation happening about that stuff and then laughing at us.
Right.
Taishan Jones, and then we got a hookah pod apparently the week after that. Shout out the world famous Supreme team.
Yeah.
Congrats on the new store in Seoul.
We got some breaking news from Taishan about a new Supreme collaboration that I don't think anybody except for me is going to give a shit about.
Wait, really? I missed that. I was more focused on some of the crazy
He's pointed at the MF Doom match. He's like, yo, you like Doom? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, Supreme MF Doom coming soon. I'm like, oh shit.
Damn, maybe I should write those descriptions in the moment like you do your tweets because I forgot about that. I forgot about how he was butthurt that he didn't get to hang out with NBA YoungBoy's favorite rapper.
Yeah.
It's a good pod. And
It's long. I thought we were going to get an hour. It ended up being almost 2 hours.
Well, it's funny, like, for a guy who's 25 who loves fat asses and whip appeal, like, the reason he's the best skateboarder on the motherfucking planet, I guess Nyjah fans, sorry, I don't know if Nyjah Houston has, like, any real fans, especially the people that would listen to this show, but he doesn't party. He just doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. He's about his fucking pape. And I guess he wanted to spend his Friday evening with two chuckle fucks.
So I got the intel from Oliver at Bernie's.
Oh, that's right.
It's been a big Bernie's week. They pulled up at Bernie's after, and I made sure they were good in any hood, a.k.a. Bernie's. And and Oliver's like, yo, he's like, yo, they pulled up in some crazy whips. Like that were like kind of like people were like, yo, who is that? Who just walked in here?
And there's always crazy whips outside of Bernie's because of Chris Echeverria.
Right.
The guy who
in the Rari
can't the Porsche.
Well, he's got the Rari now.
No, that's a Porsche from '84. You talk about the red guy?
Oh, it's a
that's
a Porsche.
Oh, he's a Porsche. Like, what is it called when you?
Damn, I thought I saw a horse, but I guess it was a Porsche.
Porsche is also a horse.
You saw Tom Hiddleston? Is that his name? Spider-Man? Tom Holland. Not Dr. Doom.
I was gonna say who is the other guy you just came up with?
Tom Hiddleston.
Is that a guy?
He's Doctor Strange.
That's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Tom Hiddleston's Loki.
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
I kind of feel like you came up with a guy.
Tom Hiddleston, actor.
That's
Hiddleston.
Loki. Yeah, you're right. Loki. That's Loki.
Tom Holland.
All these motherfuckers look the same, bro. I'm starting to agree with you, dude.
All whites.
All Brits.
All whites.
Shout out to Mendem.
Yo, sorry. I thought you were Bradley Cooper in the prosthetic nose for a second.
Woo! Give it to me, baby.
Jew joke. A Jew joke.
Wait, bagel face? Is that what it is?
Bagel? You've never heard bagel face?
No, I just say Jew. I say this motherfucker's in Jew face because I can say that.
You can't say Jew face. It's bagel face. Rachel, what's her name? Sanat, that triathlete child. She's also accused of that shit.
She's Jew. Whoa, that was
bagel face.
Yeah, Shiva Baby. The most Jew. That was the most Jew face until. Well, actually, that's her real face.
Right.
To be clear, she's not wearing a prosthetic fucking like Macklemore on stage when he
did
that.
Oh my god, bro. Damn.
Yeah, shout out Macklemore.
It's hard on you for you Jews.
Big listener of Throwing Fits.
Yeah.
Have we ever talked
Anyway, Tom Holland is, the way he says Porsche is posh.
Posh. Oh, well, you know how Brits say Jaguar.
Yeah.
Which
Jaguar.
is kind of like... Leisure Santa.
Yeah.
Wait.
What's your pleasure? What's your leisure?
So what were the... And then the other guy who pulls up in fly whips inside of Bernie's is Despot, another guy. But what kind of whips?
I don't want to say because on Mike, Taishan was like, I don't want to, because I think he's very private.
Yes.
Again, this is like probably the longest interview he's done. And also I think that in this day and age, you don't necessarily want to give away what whip you're pushing because like you don't want, if you're out and about in it, you don't want to know that.
Yeah.
Like fucking, I think like Travis Bennett, Young Taco, was also a bit like, yo, I don't want to divulge that information.
I don't want to, with the flexing, you flex too hard publicly, you could become a target.
Yeah.
Taishan even and he's wearing a fucking sick watch. We talk about how he's getting into watch collecting. I think Curtis Ife definitely is like a big bro, I feel like, without a doubt. That's pretty clear. But off mic, they were talking about some other fucking pieces that he's like, I'm not wearing on the show. Like, I was like, yo, this guy's got a fucking collection, dude. Anyway, Taishan Jones next week, 2-time Sodi. Shout out all my fucking real shredders and rippers, dude. Yeah, dude. We got one for you.
Rise and grind.
Do you like skateboarding?
I'm pretty surprised at how like deep you are into it, but then I just realized that it's just watching TV. So of course you're like, that's what you do.
Yeah.
But like the conversation you guys were having afterwards where you're like, oh yeah, like this guy, like fucking I'm not gonna give away any details, but like, oh yeah, like J-Rod, he's fucking I know it's P-Rod.
P-Rod. No, that's sick, dude.
Yo, like fucking
dude.
L-Funk. Like L-Funk the elephant, like he's fucking sick too. He's like, yeah, he's ill.
T-Funk? Yeah.
But like Taishan, I think transcends that, where it's like he is literally the fucking GOAT of his sport and he's unimpeachable. And what's cool about being the actual current day GOAT is, and I think that he enjoys and leverages, is that he's unimpeachable, so he can do and say whatever the fuck he wants. And he does say some shit where I'm just like, whoa. Damn. Yee. Is he gonna ski yee? Is he gonna want to cut that? But he's like, no, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's
which
crazy.
is very cool.
He really does. For a man of few words, when he does speak, he doesn't mince them and he says whatever the fuck he wants. I mean, shout out Willie Style again, King of Pop. That's who we're fucking talking about, bro.
Yeah,
putting the king in King of Pop.
Well, now he's the king of king.
Yeah, that is true. All right, so that'll be fun. And also, I don't want to give people the impression that it's like some nine club shit.
It's not Amine. Like it's not Amine like on his
no, or even the fact that like we're getting like crazy deep into like form, because skating is like men's fashion in that like it's form nerd shit.
A lot of chatty patties.
Yes, and yes.
A lot of fucking chirping.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of people that think that they know best and that their opinions are actually somehow objective when that's not how it works.
Well, actually, I watched this YouTube video myself.
Yeah, but it is funny that you're right. I do just like I just watch so much.
You
shit.
just watch
like,
TV.
Of course, skateboarding. I mean, yeah, it's a sport, baby.
Yeah, it's couch watching.
That was my
surfing.
prep for Taishan. I just like watched a bunch of his parts, and I was like, that people have stolen and put on YouTube, and I'm like,
I got a haircut from Paul at Mildred, and was like, yo, so like, what should I ask Taishan? He's like, yo, he is literally like
he still skates, Paul, or
no, but he's still very into it, and he's like, yeah, I see Taishan in Soho all the time,
yeah,
and like Lower East Side too, just like doing crazy shit.
And another huge fucking skate fan, which I don't know if people know, is Gallagher, bro. Who we
a lot of Gallagher talk today.
What else do we say?
The being a bitch ass with his feet. Our legacy denim, and now him also being a big skater, or skate watcher,
skate fan,
skate video watcher
of the culture. Though when we did ask him, we're like, yo, if you could ask him anything, they were terrible suggestions.
They were really bad.
Like, okay, but also I get it. It's like, why would he like? I do. We do help him when it comes to like fucking helping him do his job. I'd like to say.
I'm not gonna read them because I don't want to search for them, but they were bad.
It was more like he wanted just to start like beef about Sodi, which I get, like, because this was the most recent Sodi, despite the fact that like Taishan got his clips off this year. Like I get it. Like it was. I mean, it's hotly contested every year, but like. I think Gallagher might have cast his vote for somebody else.
Okay,
leave it at that.
Well, yeah. I mean, also he's so incredibly handsome and
he's a beautiful man,
lanky, and clearly just gets a bunch of cardio in with skateboarding. Whereas
that's my ideal body, I think,
just tall and lanky,
just black.
Oh, Jesus.
No. I wouldn't. I like because Taishan wears because he's just in a pleaser, and then like he's fuck. I don't want to say too much, but like. To me, I'm like, that's what I would love to look like that. He's a little taller than both of us. He's like 6 foot, probably flat.
He's
but
6,
like,
yeah.
What do you think that like? What's that goal weight for me? 160,
bro.
Can you eyeball weight with people?
No, not really.
Yeah,
I can't eyeball weight or age.
I can't do age at all.
Yeah,
I could just do hot.
Just like who's that baseball player on the fucking just got arrested or suspended? You know what I'm talking about?
My man cannot eyeball age, but he can ball all ages.
But they can't even send him down to the minors now.
Woo! Well played, dude.
Yes, I myself have been getting back in the gym. I joined the 0.01% of the fitness world. My brother's rich, got me a 5-pack of
He's so rich.
sessions with a private trainer in this gym that's like only for private trainers.
Tribeca?
5th Ave, 14th Street.
Oh, sorry. Also, I don't know why I was just trying to like fucking out you on some Taishan shit. I thought, okay. Anyway,
yeah. If you see me in the fucking Nike dry fits,
if you see me in the drifties, fucking keep it pushing.
You know that I'm very weak right then and there, so you could probably rob me.
Love me or leave me alone, like I like to say now. Because I think I'm Jay-Z. It's a more of like one of those like empty training spaces where like the trainer rents out time, just like a barber would rent.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they pay. I think that they pay for access to the gym. And then they take on clients and just like, all right, meet me there at like 10 or 12 or whatever time.
Nah, don't meet me there. Beat me there.
Yes, I did beat her there.
It's a woman.
Yeah,
interesting. Who cares, right?
Also, I couldn't choose necessarily. I just took the free passes.
The free pass was to a specific trainer, not to like a network of trainers, or
yes.
Okay. Does your brother get trained by this woman?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I think she's friends with my brother and his wife.
Oh,
so
sure.
it's like, it's just keeping it in the family. But
the network of in-shape people that exists.
Yes. So I have entered the 0.01% fitness world. I catch you on Men's Health cover soon with Method Man. But what was crazy is, well, 2 things. One, I normally kind of hate gyms, period.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. This I like because everyone's on the same playing field where it's like, you also are just with a person and they're like guiding you around and they're like, okay, now do that, now do this.
Yeah, getting bossed around. It's a whole gym filled with people getting bossed around, and then the other half are doing the boss.
Getting domed. Yeah. You could tell that this was like some upscale clientele. Apparently, some like New York Knicks trained there and shit.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently.
All right.
But
any Yankees?
there was one woman that was like kind of like a hot older woman, definitely like a Tribeca cougar, who was legitimately having a fucking orgasm, like working out to the point where she's like,
This is like the women's tennis joke where it's like every.
That's just like she was legitimately like on the treadmill, just like It was wild.
She's just moaning.
And the trainer pointed out, she's like, oh, what do you do? I was like, well, she knew because my brother had kind of like told her about me. And she's like, oh, there's actually someone over there that has a podcast. And I thought she was pointing to the hot older woman. And I was like, oh, cool. And she's like, no, her. It was Fran from Barstool, bro.
Shout out fucking Fran. Congrats on the engagement.
I said that to her. The Throwing Fits Barstool Singularity. And we talked about, emailing back and forth Portland last week. It is something's in the water.
Yeah, we used to work for them.
Cover your drinks, people, because there's something in the Barstool water.
Yeah, I think they actually. Oh damn! Fuck! I think they're selling a drink called Pirate Water now.
Really?
So I think that's what you're drinking, the Pirate Water, dude. Shout out Fights, bro.
I was like, yo, Fran, what's up? Long time no see. And she's like, hey. I was like, and congrats on the engagement. And she's like, oh my God, thanks. She's like, also like, she said, long time no see. Like, did you see that Dave bought us back? And I'm like, yeah.
We talked shit about it for a half hour last week.
She's like, the pirate ship's back, baby. I'm like, oh yeah.
Rah. Shout out the fucking chicks, dude. I heard a crazy rumor that they might have, and I don't know how real or completely capped this is, but there was a moment because their brand Chicks is huge. Yeah. Also, shout out Rhea on her engagement.
Yeah.
Also, like, well done by both of them to fucking get their fucking cycles aligned, we'll say, because like that's just good fucking PR for the brand.
Oh, I thought you said well done, Marty Mush, for landing a dime.
Dude, that was the easiest choice of all time. What the fuck else is he supposed to do? He's supposed to be her. He needs to lock her down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And congrats on doing that, King.
Yeah, true. Congrats, King. I heard a rumor that they took some time off, and there might have been a situation of them trying to maybe pull a Call Her Daddy.
Oh yeah,
because they, you know how like we get Franklin Jonas, they're like besties with like the actual Joe Bros, right?
Yeah.
So from what I understand, that's a show, pod, whatever, that could be like an iHeartRadio situation. So, but anyway, it's good to know that they're swashbuckling back on the pirate ship with old Stool Presidente himself.
You know, a podcaster that is having trouble with podcasting, because I don't think she's built for this, is good old Lil Bobbi industry plant. What's her last name?
Altoff?
Bobbi Althoff.
She was on BFFs, speaking of Barstool.
Yeah, exactly. She is experiencing this like crazy fallout from like flying too close to the sun.
Truly.
Which I'm like, yo, you were not built for this. Like you allegedly just landed. I mean, everyone's like industry plant. She had like Armani Blanco, the Big Pants, Billie Eilish. Whatever song. And then landed Drake, and then got Yachty, and is now like kind of a star. Tyga is now kind of like a star in and of.
The fact that we have to fucking walk so that Tyga could learn the concept of a podcast so that Bobbi Althoff, a fucking white woman, can fucking run. Typical.
She, I don't think, was ready for this, where, the Drake stuff happened.
This being fame?
This fame, adjacency to fame, clout, having your life underneath a magnifying glass, offering up too much of your life, maybe saying what type of whip you're driving in when maybe you should keep that shit close to the chest. What a chest.
Yo, that's what I was trying to come up with was an Icarus pun, but all I could, like, based on Icarus? Titterus?
You could say she gave me the Icarus. There it is.
I think we'll keep working on it. Maybe we'll talk about her next week.
And then like she's like being too open about being like grossed out by Yachty because Yachty was like being awkward with her. I'm like, bro, this is the argument we have. Or you're like, oh, I really wish Tyga would like say that, have a good day when I tell him have a good day. I'm like, bro, we're not people. We're not people to them.
Yeah,
we're ants.
So I will say with the Yachty thing, like, so I went to Yachty's crib when I did a project with Grailed, and he was okay. I understand now that he's Drake's fucking best friend. Like he's on a different level. But when I went to his crib, he's like the same crib that I believe Bobbi did her podcast in. Like he was fucking mad nice to us, and he wasn't. So I don't know, maybe like, so I don't know who to believe there because like again, right? Rappers are assholes and don't treat real people like anything but the help. But in his specific case, having met him, he was fucking great.
It's just funny that like a podcaster's like having like in like beef where like DMs are being screenshot and posted, and it's like, yo, yes, a podcaster beefing or like having their life blown up by fucking Drake is good for business. Like a rising tide lifts all ships. But it is just funny that it's like, yo, you flew too close. You got the ick. You got the Icarus. You flew too close to the sun, and your life is just imploding. And like maybe you weren't built for this podcast life. Kind of like your feet weren't built for Paraboot Michaels.
Yeah. Two thoughts. One is the most embarrassing thing that Yachty was that I did, and Yachty was very cool about this. I literally,
oh no,
he was showing us his watches, and I was like, can I take a picture of me wearing your iced out AP?
Why would
he was like,
that?
yeah, absolutely.
Why would you say that? Why would you do that?
Well, I didn't want to do it secretly.
How old were you?
I don't know.
Would you have done that secretly?
No, I did. Oh, no, I definitely. I don't want to do. And literally, I think he's something like he's like, yeah, you wouldn't be the first. He's like, go off. And I was like, sick, dude.
Is that not kind of a bitch ass move to like flick up wearing somebody else's watch?
It was just for me. It wasn't posted. It was just like
okay.
It was like a top down wrist shot. It
but
wasn't like.
But you know how I make fun of people for like posting other people's vintage cars, and like, you're like, oh, it's aesthetic.
The
Vinti Bronski. Oh, it's aesthetic. It's aesthetic. Like, what's the protocol there? Because you're a watch guy. I'm not. What's the etiquette around like? And I know I'm not talking about like what's common, but like, what do you think of like people or guys that take photos of wearing other people's watches or watches that they just like get to try on the store and post it? But it's like, no, I don't own it.
I think the wrist flick stolen valor is a real thing that I think would be like frowned upon if you were like fake ass window shopping at like an AD or even like down at one of the fucking gray market Chinatown spots. But I will say that watch guys love linking with another watch guy and playing dress up with each other's fucking wristicles, dude. So that happens all the time.
But what do you think?
Clearly I think it fucking rocks, dude. And
because you're anti-fit pick stolen valor, where like you try on some shit in the trying room.
I guess I take that because that for me is more personal. Whereas like in the watch game, I'm more of like a fucking brokey loser. Where like and honestly, when I fucking took the iced out wrist pick, I was a Seiko boy. I hadn't graduated to the Rolly just yet.
You just needed that motivation, that's Skittle
for
diamond
real, dude.
Rolex.
I was like, you know what? One day I'm gonna be a concrete boy, even though concrete boys don't exist yet. Like I could see the vision. The second thing I want to make about Bobbi is that, and this is obvious, she's beefing with so many people. Like there's obviously the Drake unfollow,
crazy dude,
and there's all the fucking Portnoy beef. Yo, my friend Libby was mad close to calling the craziest shot of all time, which is right after the Drake thing happened. She was like, watch, and she'd been following her since she was like a mommy blogger, which I guess, or mommy TikTok or whatever, which is how she kind of popped off originally. I don't know if she's scrubbed that content or not. Because she's been like rebranding like every week. It feels.
I know. I went back in her IG and like not that far back, and like there are photos of, like, oh my god, welcoming another Altoff to the world,
right.
And it's just like, a nice family photo of like what you would see on, the girl that you went to high school with.
Sure, totally.
Like never made it out the hometown.
Just a straight up civilian type shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, Libby's call was not that, Drake and her are gonna fuck or anything like that. She like knew that she was married and had 2 kids. Again, she'd been following. She's like, I guarantee you that this bitch is about to blow the fuck up. Obviously, that's not the call. She goes, watch her get divorced. And when like Portnoy started that fake rumor, and then like where then he literally made this poor. Now I actually feel bad for him as someone who's married. People just talking, like spreading rumors, like,
yo, I heard Larry fucked Drake.
No,
and now him and Jen are getting divorced.
No, honestly, like, and in this,
are you jealous? Are you jealous that she fucked Drake?
I'm jealous she's in bed with the boy for sure. But
would you?
But anyway, I was like, holy fuck, is my friend? Did she call? But seemingly it's not happening. Not that it couldn't still happen.
Yeah, although like I think that when one partner I remember watching like when Post Malone was blowing up off White Iverson, he went on like Breakfast Club or Charlemagne, and he brought his girlfriend on, and his whole brand at the time was like, yo, me and my girlfriend, like we're like high school sweethearts, we're gonna get married, like we love each other, she's the one, and Charlemagne just goes, yo, you ready to get broken up with, bitch? Like he's gonna leave your ass in the dust.
That's why he's
about to go off and leave your fucking ass in the dust, and he was like, no, stop it. And where's she at now?
But doesn't he?
Where's she now?
But doesn't he? Isn't he married now? Or
now he's married. Now he's married and has a kid.
Baby moms or married?
Okay, yeah. Now he has baby BM. Let me ask you this: would you? This is kind of like a reverse hall pass situation.
Oh no.
Would you? Because your hall pass what? SZA?
Right now.
Yeah. Or Saweetie? Who is Ruby Rose? Who is it?
Ooh, there's so many good ones, dude. Fuck. I'll go.
A lot of cheeks.
Honestly, right now I'm thinking SZA, dude.
Would
You've
you?
been seeing some of the shit that she's been posting.
Would you? This is like
you had a good fucking. Actually, no, we can't say you had a really funny. I didn't realize that you were also Team SZA. But we're on a group chat about another thing, and you were
I'm
like,
Team Cheeks. Wait,
and
what was
you were like, I need 1 hour with SZA. We were talking about booking, whatever.
Would you?
And you did the demon emoji.
Yeah. Would you
All I
allow?
need is 1 hour with SZA.
Would you allow a Larry, Jenna, Drake threesome to go down?
I don't know.
If it meant like he comes over, you like
so-
make him into grown or
you're-
whatever spritz is.
So you're passion fruit. So you're asking me on mic if me and Drake would double team my wife?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
I don't. I gotta be involved.
No, you are
with
involved.
Drake. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. No. Okay.
No,
I mean,
no,
he likes.
No.
I saw a tweet. Y'all give $500,000 to anyone that can post a photo of them fucking Drake in the ass. Which, like,
Yeah.
maybe that's how you make money.
Well, listen, dude. In terms of everything being content, and by extension, us like making money off said content, that's the one thing I was gonna say. I feel for Bobbi about, whereas like
Her family got involved.
no, not even that. It's like the marriage, and it's like. You know, I'm not to like bring up the Barstool shit, but like, yo, look how they massacred my boy KFC. Now he blew up his own life, to be clear.
Oh yeah.
But like, yeah, I think it's different. Like, I am so far gone where like Jenna is like her own personality, whereas like we talk about your relationship, but like we don't say your girlfriend's name. Like you have a private life, and you made that call, and that's smart. And part of me is like, yo, imagine I could like go back in time. I don't know how much like money I'd be leaving to the side because I am about that pape like Taishan. But yeah, dude, the Pandora's box is open where like I would hate.
You know why I made that call, right? Because me and a prior girlfriend were like more public, and like it like hit the Reddit or whatever, and people like floated into her DMs. And I was like, I don't want that.
Oh, it was the lack. Well, yeah, the lack of decorum from a portion of the listenership. Yeah,
from the subhumans on subreddit.
Yeah, yeah. No, I feel for that where it's like literally her having to then be like that weird divorce rumor is like, yeah, that sucks. And it's like, and again, she might still get divorced for all we know. Right now that she's blowing up, that's good, fantastic. Right. Even though she cannot fucking handle the heat whatsoever. So that's one wife that's going to be out of the kitchen. I'll tell you how much.
Log off. Like it's clear that you're new to this. You're maybe true to this TBD, but it's like, yo, just don't engage, don't feed the trolls, don't whatever Portnoy. Blah blah blah.
What pisses me off the most?
Although we did read Portnoy's emails out loud. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, is that as two guys who are, I would say, like OGs of the art form, right? That is podcasting. To see her just come in and then publicly say, I saw her on another show, just be like, yeah, if like potting like doesn't work out or like the numbies aren't there, whatever. She's like, yeah, I'll just like do something else. Like no fucking respect, bro. Like just like again the constant rebranding. Like I understand that like you now have enough followers where like yes you can just pivot because you have however many million people following you at this point. But it's like, bitch, have some respect for podcasting.
Yeah,
this shit ain't easy.
You know who
the hardest job that everybody thinks they can do and low-key does do.
I think that she also stole the swag of I'm gonna butcher this name, Amelia de Moldenberg,
Chicken Shop,
who's a chicken shop girl who like had this whole shtick where it's like we're on like an awkward date, hee hee, haha. But like
she, first of all, Bobbi wishes she was fucking Chicken Shop date, dude.
But I'm saying chicken shop girl. She got Central.
Are you
C.
saying an English person got colonized?
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, fucking karmic retribution.
Fucking love to see it. Speaking of colonizers, British GQ was on our fucking dicks this week with an article about menswear memes, which
can I read the headline?
I guess this phenomenon just hit the shores across the pond. Yeah, read the.
I'm
read that
fucking
shit.
with this press, especially since like
I'm glad you finally got quoted, bro.
I finally got quoted 3 times. This is the head, at least according to Instagram. How hyper niche menswear memes became the funniest thing on your feed. Hyper niche? I don't think we're hyper. Maybe because we are. First of all, this article just proves the point that we always talk about is that like they love us in Lundun.
Yeah, Lundun.
Yeah, shout out fucking all the mandems, dude. The road men that fuck with us. I thought it was actually fair and balanced coverage that gave credit where credit is due. And again, like we complain a lot, and it's nice to finally hit.
Shout out Jack the lad. Yeah, it was not
Mr. Stanley if you're nasty.
Our quotes are pretty good too, I think. Like slightly cerebral. I do wish that we had given more flowers and props to like Robbie and
No, we did, and he just like didn't include that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
like shout out Matt, shout out Robbie, shout out the whole gang.
And the
all
only
the
the only other
gangers.
thing that I think was outstanding from like not outstanding, like excellent, like not in there was the fact that I don't think we made it clear enough that it's like, yo, these are all like originally made memes, except for the ones that you try to fucking include in packs.
Pawn
And
off.
just like, I'm like, dude, like don't post that.
Oh, you know what? I had not even thought about this until right now. So shout out to you. It is nice that after all the fucking fake bullshit drama that like we went through with Derek and all that shit, where like people just love to be like, speaking of like something in the water, be like, oh, those are the fucking Barstool guys. Like, nah, we haven't been for a long time. Those guys just fucking steal everything. It's like, no, we don't. Again,
Well,
miscommunication.
and let's never give them that opportunity and that ammunition by stealing things or being meme curators a la fuck Jerry or Fat Jew.
Though the only
If you want to get, I thought you were off your Fat Jew shit. If you want to be in your skinny Jew shit, let's not curate memes, bro.
I will say that it is hilarious that the people out there that wouldn't give a fuck about taking things that aren't theirs, British GQ, because they're British. So, you know.
Right.
No, I thought it was a great article. It was funny to see people be like, oh, yeah, someone must have listened to the Patreon thing. It's like where we complained about the wife pleaser credit, but it's like this. We had done this interview fucking, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or whatever it was.
Also, there's American GQ, which does not fuck with us for hyperlink, and British GQ that's like putting up on fucking grid.
Even though, first of all, hitting Grid Fire. Shout out Neil Bedford for the great fucking pick. Shout out CP Company. I'm not sure if we have the rights, but we use it when we can. Great fucking cool headshot. We look like the 1.5 white version of Outcast.
Mixed deep, someone said.
Mixed deep,
like a mob deep, but like
but
racially
racially
ambiguous, kind of.
Yeah. Hitting Grid was crazy. Seeing which memes that like their social media editor thought were the best. I would have probably picked a couple different ones. Though the Call Me by Your Name one is I forget who came up with that. That's the funniest.
That's me.
That was you checking your boys inseam.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, pretty sure.
That's a good one.
Maybe it's Max.
Oh
no, I said my suggestion to the group chat was like checking the inseam at their 5-inch, and then Max or Robbie just posted making sure they're high quality.
Maybe I thought. Oh, it wasn't mine. It wasn't me who said.
I don't think so, bro.
Yeah, maybe there are no flowers for your boy Larry after all. Yeah, and then apparently we're also extremely influential when it comes to people's shopping habits. Who would have thought?
That was legitimately cool to see. Thing testing,
really?
I guess, in their newsletter, which seems like a pretty popular newsletter. I guess you have to sign up. Like you legit have to sign up to like get access to their like it's like a strategist wire cutter, but for more like aesthetically minded. It's for people that fucking post stories of other people's vintage cars.
We were an answer.
That's really what it is. It's like trending now. Birkenstock, this like soap brand from fucking
like Aesop,
Argentina. No, like deeper shit.
Well, anyway, listen. I'm of the school of thought where it's like if you fuck with us, I fuck with you. And meaning in the positive sense. So I'm like, yo, shout out fucking things testing
Thing
or testing.
Thing testing.
Okay, because normally you would test things.
Ting testing.
Ting testing.
Test thing.
Anyway. It seems like they put out a survey and enough people fucking shouted the boys out that we got a nice
and
little,
Jonah from Blackbird, which like absolutely yes, and he puts in the real work, not just like being like, "Yo, sunflower at Hello Sunflower."
No, we put in. We don't like now diminish it.
I'm not, but he puts it like if are you a subscriber to Blackbird Pipeline? Yeah, a paying subscriber.
So I subscribe to 3 Substacks because I feel guilty. Okay, and I'm lying because no, I have not paid Jonah yet, but I need to.
Jonah and Aaron,
Wolf and Nico.
Jonah and Aaron put in the work where it is like, oh shit, like it is good intel, and I'm not saying that we don't. Obviously, we do, and it's influential and effective in a way where like when we do the private sales, all the stores come back and brands are like, yo, that was crazy. Like that was our biggest shopping day of the year or the month or whatever. But yeah, that was actually because the meme stuff, of course, the talking points are already there where it's like humor's a universal language. It's a portal into like dealing with your insecurities and the absurdism of this world. Mm-hmm. But being effective in like trying to point people to like good stores, good product, good brands. That was cool to see for me.
It felt really good as the guy who reads all the exit surveys and sometimes like forces you to listen where it's like literally like there's always a guy every month that's like literally our version of Stick to Sports, which is like DF used to be about fucking John. It's like, yo, bro, there is not 5 minutes that go by on this show that a John does not get mentioned. And it's like, I don't know what the fuck you want, dude. You want the pod to be more boring. There are other boring podcasts that you can listen to where it's just like straight fucking, speaking of skate forum culture, it's like if you want the fucking gym rat nerd shit for a certain subculture, there are way less entertaining places that you can go. So don't fucking hold our feet to the fire because we ask for a measly $5, please.
Absolutely.
And shout out to everyone who bought the fucking goat pack shorts.
And you know where all our money is going to when it's not to John's?
What's
is
that?
to eating good, drinking good in the neighborhood.
Shout out Applebee's.
I was at Bernie's on Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what happened. Oh, I went to the Uniqlo press preview. I was like, I need a bite. I didn't have any food at the crib. Went to Bernie's. And or bike by, and Oliver was like, "Yo, come on in."
Where were you going?
Just returning a city bike.
Oh, you were.
I was coming
dropping it
back
off.
from the Uniqlo press
Got
preview
it,
that was
got
like
it,
down
got
in South
You
Williamsburg.
got flagged down by the doorman.
Yeah, and by the GM.
Yeah, sorry.
The GM was in my DMs. And so I'm sitting at the end of the bar, and there's one empty seat next to me.
You're in line. The GM's in my DMs.
Nice.
Woo!
There's one empty seat next to me. It's a Wednesday night. Two women, like young, attractive women, roll up there, and they're like having a drink, waiting for their table. I'm just like eating my burger, like having a bud. And I overhear these two guys like very aggressively start hitting on them in a way that maybe is not out of place at like a club or like a bar, but at like the bar of a restaurant, it was very much, I was like, damn, these guys are fucking tone deaf. Then I realized
It was jarring their lack of riz.
no, just that they were rizzing this hard. I'm not saying it was successful. I'm just saying they were like, oh, what's up, ladies? Can we get you a drink? Like next round's on us. And it's like, bro, in a restaurant. It was jarring to the point where I was like, wait, what
Bro,
the fuck?
this is Bernie's.
Yeah. Sir, this isn't Freehold. This is a Bernie's.
This is a Bernie's.
But I'm like, so obviously I'm starting to listen. And then what I realized that these guys aren't just like trying to hit on these women. They're fucking sloshed. They're hammered.
Yeah.
To the point where I don't see them.
They're speaking GUYanese.
They're outside of my peripherals.
Yeah.
But the bartender comes up and he says to the woman, he's like, hey, are these guys with you? The women say no. The guys say yes.
Ooh, tough scene.
So the bartender's like, do you want to talk to these guys or do you want them to like go away?
Yeah.
And the women are like, nah, it's cool. It's cool. It's fine.
That's
I think
nice of them.
not yet realizing how fucked up these guys were.
What were they drinking? Do you remember?
Brownies.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to get drunk on Peronis. But I think they've been waiting outside for a minute. They were like knocking into like an outdoor table or like bothering people out there.
Damn.
It was a whole situation. I'd also seen when I pulled up, because Oliver flagged me down and he's like, yo, come back. And I was like, all right, bet. Parked the bike, came back, and Oliver's getting fucking his ass handed to him by an outraged customer who was like very much in the wrong and was just a fucking bitch.
Karen?
Yeah, Karen. So I was just like, oh, dude, you hate to see it. But of course, like people that work in hospitality and service, like they deal with assholes every day. When we see them.
We deal with assholes every day, B.
When we see them or when they see me, they're like, of course, they're like happy and cordial and just hanging with the homies. Can't speak for yourself necessarily, which I think we'll get to. But I was like, oh my God.
At Bernie's, I'm
yeah, you're
good.
You're good at Bernie's.
Yeah.
But you just forget, and you forget because like it's rare and it's never you. You hope that like you're the asshole, or that you see them dealing with assholes that are like, you know, just so self-righteous. Like you fucking like I get to take my rage out on you, project on you because like you work for me type bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I see that, which was like kind of a bummer, and I didn't realize that Oliver was getting his ass handed to him, and I was like taking photos of him like out the window, and then I looking at his face, he's like, and then I'm realizing, like, okay, yeah, he was getting fucking yelled at.
He's getting reamed, son.
But apparently she was just a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Said to me by Rachel, not by Oliver. But okay, so these wasted dudes are like, yo, baby, like, yeah, maybe what are you doing after this? Like, yo, can we sit with you? Like being fucking piece of shit. The women get seated. And they're just like harassing the bartender, like, yo, can we get some burgers? And the guy's like, no, like you had to be seated and like there's other people ahead of you that are gonna get this seat first. And like, all right, can we get some burgers to go? He's like, we don't do to go. And he's like, they're like, well, what the fuck, dude? Like clearly the bartender's just trying to like not have them sit, right?
Yeah.
Again, it's empty seat next to me that they're not occupying and my seat. If I get up, they now have 2 seats and are free to order and continue being the fucking the Hurricane Hillary that they are.
If those men got 2 stools, they would be unstoppable.
Yeah. So the bartender
get those men on the stools and they're unstoppable.
I already knew my role. I was like, all right, I'm fucking parked here. You know, I'm
You had to box them out.
It's a detente. I had to box them out.
War of attrition.
A war of attrition. I was like, I know my role. Another beer, please. And the bartender came up and he's like, yo, man, like, is it cool if like you just like chill here for a little bit? And, like, just
move,
yo,
bro.
here, take
I will feed you fucking beers until these guys fucking leave.
Take this bottle, please. Take this bottle.
Just,
Yeah.
Just fucking drink it, bro.
No, he was nice. He's like, is it
we
cool?
getting those beers comped?
Well,
The
he was like, here, just
the
take this.
Daytona beers.
He's like, would you like a beer? Like on me, just like just if you just want to chill here. I'm like, yeah, of course. I didn't know this bartender, and then he realized I think that I was homies with Oliver and Rachel.
Like,
and now we're good. Now
don't worry, I run this joint.
Yeah.
You should have kicked the guys out.
I should have.
You should have literally fucking tossed them out.
Hey! I should have Hugo Mendoza their ass.
Were they like? Obviously they're like bros, but were they like brolic or were they like?
They were like tall. They were like big guys.
What were the just real quick?
We're about to ask their racial ethnicity.
No, they're white. Obviously, the things in the fits jump out.
I didn't really see them, to be honest. I was kind of just like
in the back.
I was kind of just I was like hunched over, like making sure that they knew I was there. Yeah. I was like, yo, I'm fucking.
Yeah. Well, good for you, dude. I mean,
I was a hero.
That's your fucking jurisdiction. That's your constituency. Like that.
I know when I gotta pull my weight, and that's my that's my territory. I gotta defend my house.
It's funny hearing that these dudes had no riz while sloshed with bitches with two. What did you say? Beautiful young women.
Yes.
Even though you can't see age, so who knows? Who's to say how old they were? I'm like. Well, I have fucking no riz because I've been out the game. But, yo, my GUYanese, when I spit to men, is out of control, dude. Bro, this weekend, speaking of fucking heroes, I'm at the bar.
Wait, were you the hero or the villain?
Well, I think it's more of
Depends who you ask. If you ask you or you ask anybody else.
No. So I was out this weekend. I was hammered. I was with some friends. I'm at Doris in Bed-Stuy, great fucking bar, San Antonio Spurs bar, Steely Dan bar. Even if both those things mean nothing to you, great fucking cocktails, decent little bites too. If you like a little Gruyere grilled cheese with your fucking toasty espresso martini. Anyway, I see some fucking
what
cool
a combo.
Honestly, very, very bad. I was shitting my brains out.
A lot of dairy.
Yeah, so bad. Actually, yeah, not.
Why would you do that?
Because I was hammered. Bro.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking. With a bunch of people. It's like another round of grilled cheeses for the homies.
Bring out the whole wheel.
But I saw some
cheese.
I saw some cool dudes, looking fly, and I'm like, oh, cool. just real recognize real.
About to rizz them up. Yo, you guys want?
No, I wasn't.
You guys like Drake?
But no, shout out Adam. This guy came up to me. He's actually like working. He's doing something for us on behalf of someone else.
He does candles. He does embroidery. He's a known entity. He's a known guy.
Yeah, I'd never met him before. So he says what's up. Turns out they're with a group of dudes. I meet another guy, Tony. He's familiar. And I was like, you know what? This is where I step up. And listen, I'm not ever going to be like, oh, these are fucking fans. These are known entities.
These are my friends.
I wouldn't say that either because I just met them. And I'm not that desperate. I was there with my actual friends.
Okay.
So some of my many actual friends, to be honest, new and old. And I bought a round of drinks because it was some guy's girlfriend's fucking birthday. So I'm like, let me buy 6 Modelos. And you were like, how are you?
Bring out all the espresso.
You were like, how are you the guy that's like getting recognized, but then you're buying drinks for people? That was where you were like, there's not.
Oh, question. Did you put them on the TF card?
Fuck no,
Okay.
dude.
All right.
No.
Just curious.
No,
just curious.
No. That guy is already. We're already paying that guy to embroider hats. Fuck.
An idiot.
We're already paying that guy to embroider stuff.
Yeah.
Part of another thing. But yeah, I felt like that was the right thing to do.
How many Modelos?
It was 6 Modelos. It was around.
It's just funny. You're like, oh, you guys recognize me? Yeah, you guys want to hang out? I got some beers. You guys want some beers?
Schmozo for sure. I'm not gonna lie. I'm being thirsty for friendship. I thought I was just speaking fluent GUYanese.
You're like, hey, so I got you a drink, so like you now owe me a half-hour conversation. No. You're like the shitty guy at the club, bro.
I like that you can smoke out back there, so I was blasting darts, just like chilling.
You guys want to smoke? You guys want to cig? Oh, yo, I got beers. Let's go.
I don't like giving out. If people ask for cigs, like some guy that wasn't even like these motherfuckers did, I did let bum a cig because what are you gonna do? We've all been there. Damn, now you're making me feel bad, which is typically how this kind of shit goes. But I don't know. I felt fucking good. I will say,
that was very generous. I just think it's very funny.
There was no expectation for them to like kick it with me or like. Like, I was like, oh, yeah, let's take a photo. Let's not go. I wasn't that
shots?
bad.
You guys want to do a shot?
Yeah, right.
So when you got them the drinks, they're like, cool, thanks.
Well,
and just like went
from
back
what
to their
I remember, because I wasn't like I wasn't hammered. I was definitely drunk, but it was like he was like, "Yo, you really don't have to. You don't have to." I'm like, "No, it's like the homie's girlfriend's birthday. Let me buy you I'm like 6 drinks, 6 beers, big fucking deal." And he did hit me up the next day and thanked me. So
nice. So that was your rosebud of the weekend.
Yeah, that
right?
was big. That was my high.
Can I tell you my thorn of the weekend real quick?
Yeah, of course. And I'll tell you my thorn.
So I was upstate with my GF and her parents, and her dad's a big golf guy.
She who shall not be named.
Big golf guy because middle-aged white man, and it wasn't like hot. Like we weren't like it wasn't hot enough to chill by the pool. So what's one of the things we do? Let's go to the driving range. Go to the driving range, the 4 of us. The mom isn't hitting, but me, my girlfriend, and the dad are, and we're using his set of clubs that are from 1985. They're older than me.
Were they like a brand that people would know? Or
he's one of these guys where he's like, why would I buy new clubs?
Oh,
these work perfectly fine.
I got blades.
I play 3 times a week with these. Like, why would I need new clubs?
Oh, so he's a golfer then?
Yeah, yes, he golfs, but he's not I hate this phrase, but a gear queer where he's like, oh, I need the latest fucking set of blades, bro. Like, oh my God, the tailor-made. He's like, yo,
he golfs, but he's not gay about it.
He's got the 1985 ping set, and like, well, you gonna make a Chinese joke now? And anyway, so we're hitting balls, and he's like, oh, you're actually good. Like, what do you like? You want to golf later?
Wait, who makes ping clubs?
Ping. I don't know.
No, but like.
The company's called Ping.
Yeah, but is that like an American company? That's fucking weird.
I mean,
or is that
Ping,
is that the sound? The
yeah.
sound,
Yeah.
like ping pong, is the sound it makes.
No, those are the 2 people that invented
I'm not
tennis.
falling for that one for the 800th time.
Anyway, so we're hitting balls. There's like 8 people in the range. Nice day, nice little activity with the GF and the rents.
That's good bonding with like your potential future.
Yeah, and he and I like it was like the most time we would spend together, and like we like hit balls like in the backyard.
That's a nice way to fucking dive deep. Dick first on the range with, with the fellas.
Leave it to Jimmy to fucking absolutely ruin it because I'm using his 5-iron. I'm fucking striping it. Well, actually, I'm sucking. Let's be clear.
Is he nice?
He's good. I mean, he's like old man good. Where like old men, they have like really weird forms, but they somehow like it's like get around. They're like years of like abuse. Yeah, they're like Jim Lariats with the fucking they're like big unit. But he's like piping them down the middle. He's like consistent.
He's piping them.
I fucking wang
He's
a ball.
pinging them.
I ping a ball, and the sound happened that was so weird. It like really took me out of my mentals. Where I was like, it was like a very metal like wang. I was like, what the fuck?
More jarring than trash riz.
I thought I had like hit my girlfriend's head or some shit, or I thought I like
I just clubbed a bitch.
I thought on the fall through I like hit her head or hit like something metal behind me or something.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Turns out the head of the club went flying off, and then I'm just like holding like the shaft. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like this has never happened to me. I'm like, does not compute. The club head goes flying like 100 yards.
Nice.
Everyone has heard the sound. I'm like, what the fuck? Everyone, and at this point, he had moved down to like the dad had moved down to the other side of the range because he's like, oh, I'm gonna go hit over there.
Oh, he didn't see it. Thank God.
He heard it, and I'm like, oh my God, I broke this guy's fucking cherished club.
Turns out, it's just one 5-iron. Right?
Turns out, it's also the club that he at this golf club had hit a hole-in-one with.
Oh no!
So it's his like cherished fucking
special
club, the special club that I destroy and send flying 100 yards. Like he and I, like some guy is like, yo, everyone, chill, just chill. And we go out, me and the dad go out, and he's like, all right, now let's systematically look for it. And so he and I are like walking up and down the grass looking for it.
Dude. Walking
and
shame,
like,
dude.
And I'm like sweeping the grass with this fucking short ass shaft, which is now a phallic symbol for my, ineffective penis, effectively.
Yeah, your needle dick.
For my needle dick.
That 5-iron was a ticking time bomb, and I hate it had to be you. It could have easily just been this guy when he golfs 3 times a week.
I know.
And then it's like, yeah, that sucks, dude. Bad impression.
I know, really bad. And I'm just like so embarrassed. I'm so sorry. Like, I'll replace it. I'll like, is it replaceable? Like, do you have to buy like a whole new set? He's like, that's fine.
Like, glue it back, right? Like,
I think
that club
people
is done, right?
No, people can.
Oh, like
do
weld
that.
it?
Yeah, like that's what fucking Cole used to do.
Oh.
He used to like repair clubs. Like
you're right.
You take a blowtorch and weld it.
Trash.
Yeah.
I was gonna say at this point maybe it gives him an excuse to just like mount that head like a fucking
Like a trophy?
Like a 12-point stag, dude. I don't know.
I shout out to everyone that did like assure me like, don't worry, this happens all the time. It happened to me like, last week.
Don't worry, it happens to a lot of guys.
Yeah. Apparently it does. Apparently it does.
That's really funny, dude. I mean, I would say like, is it worse to have your very embarrassing needle dick thorn be in front of your girlfriend's dad or come from your own father? Because my dad really fucking, I don't think he like means to, but he said some funny stuff that I'm like, I didn't say this to him because I don't think he would appreciate, like, he has no social media. He's not on Facebook. He's one of those guys. So I don't think he would appreciate, like, me putting him on blast. But let me
Well, you were at the parents' crib.
Yeah, Jen and I go to hang out with my parents this weekend. But let me just set up some context. The last time I saw my dad, I have to read the text, dude. This is verbatim. Lawrence. This is July. He sent this to me. I saw him the weekend I saw him on like the 30th. He sends his text to me on the 31st.
Of July.
Of July, last month.
3 weeks ago.
Lawrence, just want to give you some feedback.
On what?
Not sure how many beers you had yesterday, but at some point you became somewhat belligerent regarding the Kennedy assassination. I'm not saying to abstain when you're here, just maybe throttle back. This is between us, not anymore. And I'm only saying this because I love you very much, love Dad. I remember what he's talking about because I had just rewatched Oliver Stone's JFK. And obviously, we all know that Kennedy was systematically assassinated by the state.
Is this one of the times where you're like...
The intelligence community killed him.
Is this one of the times where...
that in my heart of hearts.
Is this one of the times where you were trying to have a conversation about a movie and no one wanted to have this conversation? You're like,
No.
But Oliver Stone, here's the thing about Stoney.
Noted fucking anti-Semite. I don't know if he ever apologized, but fuck Oliver Stone. Great fucking movie, though, and not a bad director, to be honest.
So were you upset? Were you drunkenly upset about the actual assassination or the movie?
I think I was trying to, like, plead my case, which...
What's your case?
I don't have a ton of evidence.
Okay.
I just... You know where it's one of those things where you just feel it to be true?
And it turns out those things you feel are 12 Modellas in your belly.
When was Kennedy murdered? Like, my dad was definitely, like,
69,
alive.
68, 62?
He would have been young, but he definitely was alive. So I didn't live through it necessarily. But either way, that's the context that establishes...
63, November 63.
And I was born...
You were born in 87.
So my dad is... No, I know. My dad is...
Your dad was
turning
alive.
66. He was alive.
Your dad was like 10 years old or some shit.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well,
Maybe
is that
younger.
math? Yeah, younger. Anyway, this isn't about math. That is the context that establishes the hangout.
Okay.
So two things happen in terms of my dad roasting me, but that was the last time we hung out.
And you always get shit-faced when you see your parents, right?
Typically.
Yeah.
Because I don't drive. Jen is driving to Jersey, and I'm just drinking beers at their pool. That's why they have the pool, so I can go and get hammered and apparently talk about
spout off conspiracy theories.
Okay. So my dad says two things. The first thing, which like I'm like, this is uncalled for, was I had a situation of like pool hair happening where like, you're in the water.
This is in person this past weekend?
This is in person. So you're in the water, your head's been dunked, now you're baking in the sun.
You're making mohawks with the fellas.
Exactly. At one point, Jenna goes to me, she goes, oh, your hair like kind of looks good. I was like, really? She's like, yeah, you kind of have like a Leo into Catch Me If You Can thing going on.
Okay.
And
what era of Catch Me If You Can? Because that movie spanned like 3 decades, didn't it?
I don't know.
All right, whatever.
One where his hair looks good, apparently. And I was like, oh, that's sweet.
1963.
Normally I don't get a lot of compliments on my hair, right? And my dad's response to that was, yeah, it looks way better than when you do it all slicked back. I don't like that. And I was like, the fuck, dude? So just, like, this is, and it's not apropos of nothing. Like, Jenna definitely brought up the hair, but I'm like, wait, so like every time you see me with my normal hairstyle, you think I look like a sloppy steak sleaze bag like the Tim Robinson skit? I'm like, holy fucking shit. I'm like, you think I'm a piece of shit because of my haircut? I thought that was bizarre.
Well, I don't know if it's the haircut, but
that's fair.
Certainly maybe not helping.
Obviously, we've talked about my parents hating my tattoos, but me using my dying dog to kind of like cover. My dying dog at the time, now my dead dog to give me some cover. Now that Pepper is long gone.
You got the tattoos after she died.
To the Queen. I got... No, I had got only one since she died. I got my third since she died.
Got it.
Anyway, Jenna got a new tattoo of Pepper, ironically enough. And I know that I mentioned that my dad did the whole thing where, like, please don't get anything on your neck, and he called it ink, and we already had some tattoo stuff. But now he's, like, really letting me know how he feels. And while my mom is doing the, like, you two, if I'm being honest, are defacing your beautiful bodies, which is such like a mom anti-tattoo thing. That I can totally understand. My dad's whole thing is he's like, just so you know, he's like, you know, I come from a generation where you see someone with tattoos and you have a lot of preconceived notions about them. And he goes, it might hurt how people perceive you or potential professional opportunities you might get. I'm like,
professional opportunities?
I'm like, bro, do you think I'm running for president or trying to be like...
I'm not trying to get assassinated as president.
Yeah, right? You're trying to get killed like Kennedy? And I was like, bro, do you not... And I guess I'm like, well, you know, he really has no idea about like the digital footprint that you and I have created now over a combined...
Your dad doesn't read
years.
British GQ?
Yeah, my dad... Yeah, so...
He doesn't subscribe to thing testing?
I'm like, what does he think? Like, does he think that this is like, I am unhireable and I have the tattoos aside?
Yeah.
I'm like, so that to me was just very funny. Like, what do you... Like, are you still holding out hope that like I'm gonna get a better haircut and become a school teacher?
Yeah, become a fucking
principal, whatever.
Plastics.
Yeah, dude, I'm holy.
I got one word for you, son. Plastics.
Yeah. So he was.
Damn.
So my thorn of the weekend was my father. And by the way, I love my dad.
mom.
We have a lot of fun. I do antagonize him, so a lot of times I'm asking for it. But these felt a bit unwarranted.
My mom has a tattoo commentary that I think cuts even deeper. Where she saw one. I thought she had seen them all, but she saw one. She's like, disgusting.
That's tough.
She goes, that's really bad. Like. She's like, that looks ugly. I'm like, damn. And then
so she's shitting on the artist.
Yeah, as an artist, I think she's, you know, warranted to make that criticism. But then she goes, you know, that just is such an insecure thing. Like you're just showing how insecure you are that you want to be cool. And I'm just like, damn,
you got read like a fucking book,
and I'm like,
dude.
Yes, and it is no longer working. Thanks, Mom.
She also doesn't read British GQ because that's why we do what we do, because we're insecure and we want to feel fucking cool. And this has been another episode of The Only Podcast That Matters.
I know, Chef. Take us out while we go harbor these ill feelings towards our parents.